We will use GitHub Actions for CI/CD pipeline. We will use Google Compute Engine as the self-hosted runner for our GitHub Actions. We will integrate SonarQube for code analysis and the Trivy for Docker image scanning. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to cover a lot of things in this video. If you have not subscribed my YouTube channel, just subscribe it. Also share this video on your social media, okay, so we can share this knowledge with our colleagues as well. Also, if you have not subscribed my newsletter on LinkedIn, just subscribe it, okay, so you will be getting very nice articles here. Also, I will be sharing article related to this video here on LinkedIn, okay, so stay connected with me on the LinkedIn. So let's get started. We have to Dockerize our Vuejs application using Nginx for the production use. To Dockerize our application, I will be just opening my Visual Studio Code, okay. This is my project, okay. I will be first of all creating a Docker file here, okay. I will just create a Docker file, Docker file, okay. Just create this Docker file in your project, okay. Then we have to just paste a content. I will just be sharing this repo with you guys in the GitHub, in this YouTube video description, okay. So this is what I'm going to use for the Docker file, okay. This is our Docker file. This is simple Docker file. It will use base image, okay, for the node, okay. Then it will create a working directory. Then it will copy this JSON file, okay, and then npm install, okay, then the build, and then it will be ready for the production use, okay. So first we have to just test this Docker file locally to make sure our Docker file is working fine. Before you start running this Docker file, make sure the Docker desktop is installed on your system. If it's not installed, you can just simply go to the Docker Hub, okay, Docker Hub desktop, okay, just type this Docker Hub desktop. You will see on this website, okay, if you're using Mac, okay, or using Windows, any other software, okay. So just download, okay, and when you have done downloading of this desktop application, just open this, okay. Similarly, what I will do here, I will just open this, okay. I will go to my Docker desktop, okay. I will open this, okay. When I have opened this, okay, similarly you can see this is my Docker desktop which is running, okay. I will just go to my Visual Studio Code again, okay. Here is my Visual Studio Code, okay. What I will be going to do here, I will be just running one command first to build this image, and then we will start running this container, okay. Okay, so no, we have to first of all build our Docker image, okay. We will be using this command. Even I will give all these commands in my article, okay, so you can just copy these commands from my article as well, okay. So first we are going to build this Docker image for our Vuejs application, okay. If you are not able to build this image, make sure your desktop application, which is a Docker desktop application, it is a running state, okay. So now it is building our Docker image, okay. When it is done, okay, you can see it is following all these steps, okay. Here detail one by one step it is executing, okay. When it is done, currently it is on the npm run build, okay. Okay, our Docker image is done, okay. Now we have to start this container. To start this container, we will be just using our command docker run, okay. We will use this command to run. It will run the Docker on the port 80, okay. And then this is our Docker container name, okay. The image we are using, this is the image name we created earlier in the previous command, okay. So now we are going to run this command, okay. So our Docker is now being started. If you just open your Docker desktop, you will see this is our application, okay, which is going to run on our port 80. So you have to just open this in your browser, okay. Similarly, if I just go to my browser, okay, and I'll just paste this in my browser, okay. and if I just paste it, you can see this is running fine. Okay, so our application is Dockerize and running fine in local system. Okay, it is very easy to Dockerize your Vuejs application. To create a service account, okay, you have to first of all open IAM and admin. Okay, just click on here, okay, and go to IAM dashboard. We will be creating a service account. This will be used later on our videos, so you have to just create a new account. Okay, when you are on IAM and admin page, just go to service account, and here we will create the service account. Okay, create a service account, just give a name. I will give name YouTube video. Okay, so simple, you can just give name tutorial. Okay, so this is how it will be created. Just create and continue. We are not going to give access right now, for just create it and complete it. So our account is created. You can see this service account is created. Okay, no, we have to just give a one access here. Just go to the IAM. Okay, so here we will grant access to our new account. Just click on grant access. Okay, you have to select your YouTube or video service account. Okay, and then here we will just be giving access storage. Okay, storage admin. Okay, just give this access and save it. Okay, and here you will see, and yeah, if you just go back to your service account, just click on these three dots, manage keys, and just create a new key in the JSON file. It will download the JSON file. We will use this JSON file on our GitHub actions. Okay, so just save this file. Okay, let me create it. My file is now created. Okay, so now we have created our service account. This is done. It is very simple to create a service account on Google Cloud. Now we have to just add two things, which is these credentials on our GitHub actions. Okay, and the second thing is we have to add a secret variable, which is a Google project name. This is my project name. Okay, and I will be just going to add this on the GitHub actions as well. So your project name can be different. Okay, so what I am going to do here, okay, I will just going to push my code on the GitHub first of all. Okay, this is my project. Okay, first update. I'm just going to push my code onto the GitHub, publish branch. Okay, public. Because I'll be sharing this with you guys, so I'm just keeping it public, but you can keep your repo in a private. Okay, I will just open this. This is my project. Okay, how we have to add this JSON file that we have downloaded? Just click on settings and go here to the secrets. Okay, click on actions, and here you have to click on new repository secret. Okay, so we will be just doing this to add secret that will be required later on our video. Okay, so I will just going to create our first variable, which will be Google application credentials. Okay, this is the same file, JSON file that we have created. I will be just open this file. Okay, and we will just copy the content of this file, and I will add this content here. It is very simple. Okay, so just let me open this. Okay, so this is the content. I will just copy this all the JSON file content. Okay, and I will close this file and I will paste it here. Simple. Okay, so we have to just save it. Okay, this is our first secret we have to add. Then we have to add our Google project name. Okay, so I will just click on new. Okay, Google project. Okay, so if you go your Google project, and if you click here, this is your Google project ID. Okay, just copy this. Okay, id and paste it. Simple. So we have added our required secret. Okay, so what we have done here in this part, we done creating our service account, and we have done adding these secrets into our GitHub actions. Okay, now what we have to do here, we have to add our GitHub actions self-hosted runner using Google Compute Engine. Okay, so to create a Google Compute Engine instance, just go to Compute Engine, VM instances. Here we will create a first instance. Okay, just click on create instance. Okay, just keep these settings simple, and here you have to change this storage size to 30 GB. So I will click on 30 GB. I will just update it with the 30 GB. Okay, just select it and save it. Okay, because we will be running some few testing, so 10 GB will be very less, so 30 GB will be enough. Okay, next you have to allow the traffic HTTP and HTTPS. Just create this instance. It's very simple to create instance. Okay, so as our instance is being created, okay, next what we have to do, we have to do SSH to our instance. Just do SSH to your instance. Okay, so it is going to do SSH to our instance. It can take 20 seconds. Just you have to also wait here, authorize it. Okay, so we are now connected. Okay, so I will just make the size bigger so you guys can also see it. All right, okay, I think yeah, the size is enough now. So we are connected with our instance. So now we are going to do one thing here, which is I can say we are going to add our GitHub self-hosted runner to our Google Compute Engine. Okay, so do this. Okay, you have to just go to your GitHub repo. Okay, I will just go to my GitHub repo. Okay, so if I just go to my GitHub repo, in the actions tab, you have to just go to the settings first. Okay, then you have to just go to actions, click on runners, add a new self-hosted runner. Okay, as we're using Linux based instance. Okay, so you have to run all these commands. Okay, just skip this optional command. Okay, so I will be just copying these commands one by one to run on my instance, to integrate okay my self-hosted runner on our instance. Okay, let's copy this first command, and you have to just go to your self-hosted runner. Okay, just paste it. It will just create a directory. Okay, and secondly you have to copy the second command. It will download the latest runner package. Okay, so then you have to copy the third command. Okay, just skip this optional. Okay, so just install this installer that is we have downloaded. Okay, so just run this as well. Okay, and the next you have to configure it. Just copy this command. Okay, when you are done with this command, just paste it here. Okay, it will just authenticate. Here you have to enter few things. Okay, first of all you have to skip, and the second you have to enter the name. I will just enter Vuejs Google Compute. Okay, GC. Okay, simple. And then you have to give just same name, Vuejs GC. Okay, now you can see, and also skip this. It will by default working directory with this name. Okay, so this is configured. Okay, next is this step. We will run this step when we will be running our GitHub actions. Okay, this is the last step we will use later on. Okay, so by the way, we have configured our self-hosted runner on Google Compute Engine instance. Okay, it is connected. It is very simple to connect the Google Cloud instance. Okay, so you can use instance to for your self-hosted runner. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now what we have to do here, we are going to do our next step. We are going to install Docker on our Linux. Okay, how to install Docker? First of all, I will just clear this. Okay, and so I can go to my okay, so we will install the Docker here. Okay, and then we will install SonarQube container and other things. So let's first install some packages. Okay, I will be just running these commands. Okay, so we have ready to use this. Okay, then I will just try to install JQ as well. Okay, so just update it. I will of course give you articles so you can just use these commands. Okay, so I'm just running these commands one by one. Okay, so in the next command we have to install Docker. The Docker is being installed. By the way, if I show you my article, like how you will use my article for the command purposes. Okay, so if I just open my article, I think, okay, this is article will be on the LinkedIn. Okay, so suppose I am installing the Docker here. Okay, how I am installing the Docker, this is the part 5. Okay, in the part 5, if I just show you here, okay, if you can see Docker installation and running SonarQube container. Okay, so these will be the commands you have to just run. Okay, your Docker will be installed. Okay, so I'm also doing this. Okay, and if I just go back to my instance. Okay, next commands. Okay, now we have to create a username for our Docker. I will just give name code with move. So you have to give the same name like this was my username. This is code with move. You have to also give the name whatever your instance name is. Okay, so just code with move. Okay, then you have to just start the Docker container. Okay, sorry, Docker. So, and the last command that we have to use here. Okay, so we are run our Docker installation and setup on our Linux instance. Okay, then we are going to create a container. Okay, for our SonarQube. Okay, because we are going to use SonarQube for our code analysis. Okay, and then just just it will pull the Docker container of SonarQube. Okay, which is available publicly on the Docker hub. Okay, and when it is downloaded, okay, pulled, and it will start running this container on the port 9000. Okay, so how you can access this container? Okay, so it's very simple. You have to just open your browser. Okay, just go to your browser here. Okay, I will suggest you to use your this instance. Just copy this instance, okay, IP address, and run on the port 9000. Before you run this, make sure you have added this port 9000 in your firewall. Okay, if I show you how you can add this, okay, if I click here on the 3 dots, okay, and go to the network details. Okay, here you have to click on the firewall. Okay, by the way, I have already added. I will just click on this. Okay, how I have added, but I can show you how you can also add a new firewall rule. Okay, just click on firewall rule. Okay, give a name, anything. Okay, just keep it off. Okay, and then you have to priority is okay. Okay, everything is fine. And here you have to all instances in the network. You have just click on it. Okay, then you have to tag what is your instance name. Just give that name. Okay, IPv4 it is fine. Okay, then here you have to give 0.0.0. Okay, range. Okay, I will just give name. I think my instance name is whatever the instance name is. Okay, and this is if we want to use source tags. Okay, similarly you can use here your instance name just for the tags purpose. Okay, and IPv4 range. Okay, destination same, you have to use the same destination here. Okay, allow all. Okay, sorry, you can just use specified. You have to add a port which is 9000. Okay, and you will need to create a role. Okay, tags can be instance. Okay, and here you can also give any tag you can give just for reference, okay. And here you can give 0.0.010, okay. So this is done. It's very simple to just create your firewall rule, okay. So this is the rule, okay. When you are done this firewall rule, just save it, okay. It's simple like security groups if you have already created in, something on AWS, okay. So this is how you can add rules, okay. So I have just added this rule, okay. So I'm not going to save it because I have already created this rule here, okay. Port 90,000, okay, 9,000, sorry. So yeah, IP range, tags, whatever the tags you want to give, okay. This is a protocol, okay, simple, okay. And so this is, so now I will just visit my SonarQube, okay, which is running on port 9000, okay. So our Docker container, as our Docker container is running for the SonarQube, okay. So you can see our Docker installation and our SonarQube setup is successfully set up, okay. No, just log into your dashboard of SonarQube, okay. It's very simple, okay. Just go here and admin. By the way, the username and the password is admin by default. Then you have to upgrade it to the new, okay. Suppose my old password is admin, and I'm going to create a new password here, okay. And here we go, okay. I have just updated my password here, okay. So this is the dashboard, okay. We have successfully installed Docker and integrated SonarQube, okay. It's very simple. You can also do this setup, okay. So now we are going to integrate SonarQube with GitHub Actions, allow you to automatically analyze your code for the quality and security as part of your continuous integration pipeline, okay. So our SonarQube is already up and running, okay. Now we have to just integrate our SonarQube, okay, with our GitHub Actions. Just simply you have to click on manually, okay. Just give name. I will give name Vuejs, okay. You can also give any other name as well, okay. So now we are going to just connect our SonarQube with our GitHub Actions, okay. I will just select GitHub Actions, okay. So these are the tokens we need to add our GitHub Actions secrets, okay. So first of all, just copy this, okay, and go to your repo and click on settings, okay. In the settings, you have to go to the secrets and variables. Click on actions. We have already added these two secrets. It is our third secret, okay. Sonar token, okay. Generate a token, okay. Click generate, copy it, okay. Continue. Just go back and paste it here. Simple, and save it. And just go back to the dashboard and add this secret sonar host URL, okay. And just go here and add a new secret. Done. And then you have to just add it, okay. Simple, and save it. This is how we have done. We have, you know, smoothly added our SonarQube tokens, okay. No, what we have to do here, we are going to do analyzing. We will analyze our code with the SonarQube. So we have to just create a new, I will say, workflow, okay. So before we do, you know, creation of a workflow, I will just go back to my dashboard here. Continue. Because we are using JavaScript, TypeScript type project, which is a Vue.js. Just click on others, okay. Here, this is the file you have to create in your project. Just go to Visual Studio Code, okay. I will just open my Visual Studio Code, okay. Here you have to create this file, okay. The same file name we have already here, okay. I will just copy the content here, okay, and I will go back. Similarly, I will just add this, okay. Done. What we have to do next, we have to do here one thing. We have to create our workflow. I will just go back to my, yeah, here is dashboard, okay. So next we have to, you know, create our this workflow to analyze our code. I will not give this name, okay. I have a different techniques, okay. So I will be using that practice. So just go to your Visual Studio Code and create a folder here, okay, and just create a folder .github and workflow. Okay, so this is created. Now we are going to create our first workflow. Okay, I will just give name sonar.yaml, okay, because we write our GitHub Actions workflow in a YAML. Okay, so I have to yeah, the file name is, but you can give any name, but okay, sonar.yaml. Okay, so here I will just paste some lines of code to save time. Okay, so you can also use it. Okay, so simply what I will do here, I will just be using sonar.yaml. Okay, I will just copy this content. I will show you what is in this file. This is a workflow name. Okay, because I'm using branch main. When everything is when code is pushed to the main or any pull request, this will be trigger. Okay, and this is how I'm using self-hosted. Okay, if you are using GitHub Actions runner, okay, this will be Ubuntu latest, okay, instead of self-hosted. But in this tutorial we are using self-hosted, so we will just keep it. Okay, so this will analyze our code. It's very simple. Okay, what I will do here to save time, just push it to GitHub. Sonar added. Okay, so it will just analyzing our code. Just commit it. So when the commit is done, just go to the GitHub. So we are going to see a magic. Okay, just click on actions. You can see a workflow is started. Okay, if you just go to the main repo, click on actions. Okay, and here you have to just click here. You can see it is building. Okay, so if I just go to the details, yeah, one thing I want to tell you interesting here, you can see waiting for a runner to pick up this job, because on our instance, what I will say, the runner we don't have started. Okay, to start a runner to pick this job, you have to just go to your, I will say, your instance. Okay, so I will just go to my instance which is running here. Okay, I will just run a command. Okay, but before you run this command, make sure you are in the same directory where your project is. Okay, this one, just go to this folder of your GitHub Actions runner cd. Okay, then you have to run command. Okay, this will start picking the jobs. Okay, so you know it is connected and listening for the jobs. So if you go here, no, it will trigger, and you can see job has started because our GitHub Actions has, you know, started picking the job. Okay, so let's see and wait how it can be executed, and if it's successfully executed or we face any error problem. Okay, we can also solve it. Okay, so you can see it is analyzing our project, by the way. Okay, so when it will be completed, there will be blue check mark. If it's failed, there will be a cross. Okay, red. So we have to just wait here. Okay, if I go to our SonarQube dashboard, just click on projects, you will see the project analysis will come on this page. Okay, so we have to just wait as soon as our build is completed. Okay, successfully our build is completed, done. So we have done this job. So you can see our build is completed. Just go to the SonarQube dashboard, just refresh it. You will see the analysis of your project here. Okay, so this is analysis. Everything is fine. Our code quality is passed. Okay, so this is good to analyze your code with the SonarQube. So we are going to install some tools. Okay, these tools are Java JDK and Trivy, kubectl, Node.js, npm. Okay, so if you are going to install multiple tools, I will be also doing this. Okay, I will just create a sh file. Okay, here, because I want to execute using a script. Okay, so it will be faster. It is automation. Okay, I will be just copying some content. Okay, so I will also share this on my article. Okay, So I'll just paste these lines. Okay, if I explain you here, okay, what this will be doing here, okay, this is going to install kubectl, Node.js, and the Trivy, as well as it will update our files. If you just go to insert mode, okay, and if I go at the top of this file, you can see it will install all these things: Java, okay, JDK, Trivy. For the image scanning we will be using, and kubectl and Node.js. Okay, so we have to just save it. Okay, and done. When it's saved, we have to run this. Okay, so to run this, to make this file executable, okay, no, we have to run this file run.sh. okay, okay, so it will install all the packages, okay, that we have listed in our script. Okay, so it is going to install these packages. Then if you want to confirm these packages, okay, you can also confirm if any package is installed or not installed. Okay, so we can also use that. Okay, you can see the packages are installed. Okay, no, if you want to check the variants, okay, just run these commands. Okay, don't worry, these commands are available in my article. Okay, so I will just confirm Java variant is installed. Okay, kubectl and Node, everything is okay, installed. Okay, done. So now we are going to create an artifact registry. Okay, so we can push our image to the Google Cloud. Okay, so to create a registry, okay, you have to first I will say you have to go to your Google Cloud account. Okay, and here you have to type artifact registry. Okay, just click on it. Okay, when this page will be opened, we will create a repository. But one thing I have to add here, so make sure the API is installed. Okay, it's mean this API is active. I have added this link in my article as well. So suppose you will need to enable this. Okay, because it's written manage, because it's enabled, it will be on your side, it can be enabled. Okay, so you will just click on enable and it will be enabled. So then you can use artifact registry to push your images here. Okay, so just before we create a repository, okay, we have to give some permissions as well. But yeah, let's create a repository, then we will assign some permission to our service account. Okay, so we have then access to push image to our repository. I will just give name front end, simple. Okay, front end. Okay, just keep it simple. Region, whatever you want to choose, you can choose. I will choose US Central 1. Okay, so it's up to you which region do you want to choose. Okay, so just choose your region. Okay, and if you whatever the region is near with you. Okay, I will just update with my US West 1. Okay, so this region I will be using West 2. This region is not available. Okay, US West 2. Okay, this one, Los Angeles region. Okay, our Docker image, simple. Okay, here you have to just create this simple. So our repository is being created now. Okay, it is created. Now what we have to do, we have to create we have to give access. Okay, just go to IAM. Okay, and here you have to give access to your service account. Okay, this was your service account which is available onto the IAM. Okay, so we have to give some access. Okay, to give access, you can just click on grant access, select your service account, YouTube video. Okay, and here we will be giving some accesses. Okay, I will give the details here. First access name is artifact. Okay, artifact registry admin. Okay, this is, yeah, this one we have to, I think we just give access to the writer because we don't need admin access. Simple, just click on this access. Okay, if you want to add another access, you can also add another role here as well. So because we don't need to add any other role, we don't need to add, so I will just delete it. So simple, we are going to just write to our registry. Okay, so if you want to give full access, you can add, maybe you can face any problems. Okay, so I will also just give this access, sorry, artifact registry admin. Okay, so just save, just give these two access. Okay, and save it. Simple. Okay, so we have just given the access. Okay, now what we are going to do here as our image, what I will say, artifact registry that we have created. No, we have to create a GitHub actions, a workflow. Okay, so that can build and push our image to the here on the artifact registry. No, you have to just go to your Visual Studio Code. Okay, and I will be just opening my Visual Studio Code here. Okay, here we go. Okay, done. So here you have to create a workflow 2 dot, I will just give name, it's a simple name, we can give build.yaml. Okay, so here we have to just paste a content. It will be available in my GitHub repo, which is in the video description. Okay, I will just use this. Okay, so this is a build workflow. Okay, this will be only executed when the first workflow is completed, which is a Sonar code review workflow. Okay, so okay, we are using self-hosted, and this is the credentials I'm using, which I have already added on our GitHub. Okay, and then here you see it will authenticate onto the GitHub to the region, which is US West 2. If your region is different, make sure to replace it. Okay, then we will be using tag as a GitHub commit name. Okay, it's a commit hash 5-6 digit. Okay, so this will be the for the tag. So I will be using this variant, GitHub variant, commit variant name, and Google project name, which we have already added on the GitHub actions. Simply, okay, so this is my region name. Okay, and then this is key secret. Okay, so simple, you can just use it, and this was the name of our artifact registry. Okay, and this is my image name. Okay, you can also replace this if your image name is different, and this is my tag, which I am using variant. Okay, so simple, so it will just build and push the image to the Docker hub. Okay, so simply I will push. Okay, Docker image build push. Okay, so just we will commit it. Before I commit, I have to make sure my, what I will say, I will, if I just go to my instance, I have to make sure my runner is running. Okay, so I can just confirm it, cd GitHub actions. Okay, it's gone, and dot run dot sh. Okay, so it is all I think already running. Okay, listening for the jobs. Simple. So you have to go and commit the code. When the code is commit, just go to the GitHub. Okay, here you have to go to the GitHub. You will see first of all it will do the review of SonarQube, because this is our first workflow. When this is successfully completed, then it will build our next, which is, I would say, our Docker image. Okay, so we have to wait as soon as these two workflows will be completed. Okay, so first is Sonar and the second is a build. Okay, and if I just go here, okay, it is in the process, so we have to wait. Okay, so when this is successfully done, what you will see here, if I go to the registry, you will see our image will be pushed here. Okay, so we have to just wait. Okay, now you can see SonarQube review is done. Now it is building our Docker image and pushing to the Docker hub. Okay, it is executing all the steps one by one. Okay, authenticating, and it will install kubectl. Okay, and it will do all these steps. Okay, so we have to wait till this is completed. Okay, so almost it is done, and you can see images being pushed to the Artifact Registry. Just go and refresh it. Okay, just refresh it. Okay, so you can see our images here. This was my image name. Okay, so you can see, and this is our image, which is the tag which was variant. It is also pushed. So we are done with this image building and pushing to the artifact. Now we have to scan the image using Trivy. Okay, so we have to add a new workflow here. Okay, I will just add this workflow Trivy dot YAML. Okay, so we can give it a third name, so for the better management. Okay, so I will just give name Trivy simple, and I have the code which I will be using. Okay, it's simple, and what it will this code do, it will scan our Docker image. It will pull the Docker image. Okay, and similarly it will scan using Trivy command, and it will generate a report on our GitHub actions. Okay, so this is how you can scan image using Trivy. Okay, I will just create another workflow here which I will be using for our deployment. Okay, deploy dot YAML. Okay, so I will commit these changes together. Okay, so now we have to create a cluster. Okay, so we can deploy our application onto the cluster. So I will just go to the cluster. Okay, and here we have to go to Kubernetes Engine cluster. Okay, and click on cluster and create a new cluster. Autopilot cluster we are going to create. Okay, so just create it, simple. Okay, click on create. I'm using US Central region. Okay, so it is going to be created now. Okay, so we have to wait. It can take 5 minutes to get ready our cluster. Okay, meanwhile what we can do here, we have to assign a permission. Just go to IAM admin. Okay, and go to yes on the IAM. It is loading. Okay, so to your service account we have to grant some permissions. Okay, you have to just click on your first of all your service account. Okay, and know what kind of permissions we have to give. Okay, we have to give Kubernetes Engine developer. Okay, so we can do development. Okay, Kubernetes Engine developer, simple. Okay, and save it. So the permission what we needed for our cluster, it is also added. Now what we have to do, just go to your Visual Studio Code and we have to add a pipeline workflow. Okay, so what kind of workflow we are going to add? This is the workflow. Yes, so it will deploy our GKE workflow. Okay, so it will only be executed when the third workflow is executed. Okay, so it depends on the third workflow. Okay, so this job what will do, it will deploy to the GKE. Okay, I will show you the important commands. Okay, that we are using here. Okay, this step, it will first of all, okay, create it will authenticate that your cluster exists. If you see here a name, first of all, this is my autopilot cluster 3. Okay, so just make sure what is the name of your cluster. Okay, if I just go to here and Kubernetes Engine and cluster, yeah, I think my cluster name is cluster 1. Okay, so make sure your cluster name in this file, what first change you have to do, you have to make sure your autopilot cluster name, your cluster name is correct. Okay, and the region. My region is US Central 1, and your region name should be updated. Okay. Second line is simple because we are using Google project, and variant we are using Kubernetes. Yeah, deployment. Okay, this folder we have not created. We have to create a deployment file. Okay, we will just going to create it. Okay, and next it will deploy this. Okay, blue green, it will just apply this deployment. Okay, it will sleep for the 30 seconds because we make sure all the deployment is ready to go. Then it will just create a new service. Just it will update a service. Okay, it will update service with our new variant. Okay, so we have to create our service.yaml file as well. Okay, so yeah, this is, then it will just roll out. Okay, and then it will do cleanup. Okay, how the blue green deployment works. Okay, every push it will create a new deployment, then it will move the traffic to our new latest. Okay, if it's successfully deployed. Okay, then the previous deployments, it will only keep the latest 2 deployment. Okay, clean up old deployment. This step, what this step do, first of all it will get all the deployment existing. Okay, if the deployments are more than 2, it will scale down the third one. Okay, so to keep only the latest 2, because if we want to roll back, we will automatically will roll back to the second one. Okay, not the third one. So to avoid charges, okay, what I'm doing here, I'm just deleting my third deployment. If it's more than 2, okay, it will only delete the third, fourth, if any more. So it will just keep the 2 latest deployment. Also you can just scale down your deployments if deployments are more than 2. Okay, so I'm just going to delete the deployments, the older deployments, to keep my latest 2 variants. Okay, so it will not directly update the current. It will just create a new deployment and move the service to there, so we don't have any downtime here. Okay, so this is how the blue green deployment I have just customized in my GitHub Actions. Okay, so this is how. So what things are missing, we are going to create a folder here. Okay, I think in the main directory we have to create a folder name. I will just give name folder Kubernetes. Okay, so this is our folder name, Kubernetes. Okay, I think I need to rename it. Okay, Kubernetes. Then here we need to create 2 files. First name is deployment blue green. Okay, just create a file name here, simple, and create another file, service.yaml. Yes, okay, just make sure the file names are correct. Okay, service.yaml and blue green YAML. Okay, this is fine and this is fine. Just we can change the format, but by the way this format can be also used. But yes, so these 2 files are done. I will just paste some content in these 2 files. Deployment to the blue green. Okay, yes, and into the service file. Okay, okay, so in this file we have a deployment. Okay, we will be using a variant strategy here. Okay, and it is a main thing, Docker image. Make sure your region is updated, whatever the region of Docker image you are using. Okay, and the image name, okay, it should be also updated. Okay, code with move, everything fine. Okay, in the service.yaml, okay, we are using variant. Okay, when every new variant deployment is ready, the traffic will be shifted. Okay, before we push these changes to our GitHub, okay, we have to make sure our cluster is ready to go. I will just say my cluster is still being getting ready. Okay, it is almost near to go. Okay, so I will just go back to my VS Code. Okay, so we have added 2 workflow, Trivy, image scanning, and the deploy.yaml. Okay, so I will just commit these changes. I will only commit when my cluster is ready. Deploy to GKE. Okay, So I'll just commit when my cluster is ready. Okay, my cluster is now ready. The status is go. Okay, now I will just push my changes. Okay, so I will just go here, deploy to GKE. Okay, now all these workflows will be executed one by one. First the Sonar, then build, pushing image to the Artifact Registry, then the Trivy, okay, and the deployment to the simple on the Google Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so and also we have this folder here which will be helping us to create the deployment and updating the services. Okay, so if I just go to my GitHub and go to my repo and I will click on actions. Okay, so it is currently executing first workflow, and the step by step it can take 12 minutes or 15 minutes to execute all these workflows. Okay, so I will just stop my video here, and when everything all these workflows are deployed, and I will start it again. So we have to just wait. Okay, you can see SonarQube review was done, and the build images pushed to the Artifact Registry and the Trivy image scan. If I go to this workflow, and I can show you how this image was scanned. Okay, and if I go to Trivy image scan, you can see these are the stats. Okay, like what is the size of image. Okay, and all these like which version this image is using. Okay, operating system, and all this is a report. This is a very detailed report about our image. Okay, it is in I think a tabular form. Okay, so it is a good if you want to scan your Docker images, you can use Trivy for scanning. Now you can see we are on our last step, which is deploying to GKE. Okay, so this is being executed. When this will be executed, we will browse our application onto the browser. Okay, so you can see yeah, this is being deployed. Okay, autopilot. Okay, cluster, this is done, and deployment is created. No, it is I think waiting for 300 seconds for the sleep mode, so to make sure our deployment is fully ready. Okay, because if I just go to this cluster and click here. Okay, if I just make the size. Okay, so okay, this is a workloads. Here your all the deployments will be listed. So you can see our deployment, the name of the deployment and the version. Okay, which is being created. Okay, so it does not have minimum availability because it is in a creating process. Okay, so the pods are being created because we are using replicas is equal to 3 in our if I show you how the replicas work. Okay, if I go to the deployments, you can see replicas. If you want to decrease the replicas to 1, 2, 3 or 4, whatever replicas you need. Okay, so you can just change this parameter. Okay, so it is being created, so we have to just wait. Okay, so our deployment is almost ready to complete. So we are just waiting for the Kubernetes to get ready of our deployment. Okay, so almost done. Okay, so now our deployment is totally ready and deployed. Okay, so our workflow is successfully completed. Now you have to just go to your cluster and refresh this workload, so you will see our deployment is totally ready. Okay, so how you can visit this? Just go to I think just go to here on the gateways networking, so we can see the current running service. Okay, this is our service, and okay, so here you can see the deployment that this service is currently using. Okay, and all these ports are up and running. Okay, and this is the port. Okay, yes, I think we can just click here and go to the public IP address, and you can see our application is totally deployed on Google Kubernetes cluster. So it is very easy to deploy application. Okay, I think you have liked, okay, and use this tutorial, and it will help you to improve your Google Cloud expertise and how to deploy applications to the Google Kubernetes. So by the way, this tutorial can be used from different kind of frameworks for the Django and for the React, because you have to just Dockerize your application, okay, and then just change the port into the deployment file. Okay, so this for today. If you have just like this video, comment on it. If you have any questions, okay, you can also reach me on the LinkedIn as well, and keep in touch. Okay, so I will be uploading more and more useful content. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.